The night smelled of gasoline and rain. Neon lights from the liquor store flickered red and blue across the empty street, painting the silence with an uneasy glow. Daniel Ortiz sat in his rusted Ford pickup, hands tight around the steering wheel, staring at the crumpled eviction notice lying on the passenger seat. 39 years old, divorced, father of 2 kids he barely saw anymore. Life had been a steady downhill spiral ever since he got laid off from the factory. He had tried everything: Uber, odd jobs, selling tools online, but bills piled faster than he could keep up. Tonight, with just $46 left in his bank account, desperation had finally swallowed him whole. He pulled the black ski mask from the glove box. Just in and out, he whispered to himself. Nobody gets hurt. The liquor store door jingled as he pushed inside. The place smelled of stale beer and dust. Behind the counter stood a weary-looking old man in his late 60s, with silver hair tucked under a faded baseball cap. His name tag read H. Patel. Daniel raised the gun. His voice cracked. Empty the register. Now. Mr. Patel looked up, startled but calm. His wrinkled eyes softened instead of hardening. Son, he said quietly, you don't look like a killer. The word sliced through Daniel's panic. His finger trembled on the trigger. Don't make me just, the money, all right. Mr. Patel nodded slowly and began pulling bills from the register, sliding them across the counter. Then, unexpectedly, he spoke again. You know, when I first came to this country, I had nothing but a suitcase and $20. I slept in the back of the store for months. People spat at me, called me names. But I didn't give up. Daniel's jaw tightened. I don't need your story. Just give me the damn money. But the old man's eyes, calm, patient, almost fatherly, made Daniel hesitate. The gun felt heavier by the second. Suddenly, the bell on the door jingled again. A teenage boy, maybe 17, walked in with headphones around his neck. He froze when he saw the gun. His eyes widened. Daniel cursed under his breath. Stay back, kid. The boy dropped his phone in shock, the music still blaring. Mr. Patel's voice cut through the chaos. Daniel, he said firmly, put the gun down. You don't want this. Daniel froze. How the hell did this man know his name? The old man slid the cash forward again, but his tone softened even further. I know you, Daniel Ortiz. Your mother used to shop here. You came in with her once, years ago, asking if we sold baseball gloves. You couldn't have been more than 12. The memory hit Daniel like a bullet. A dusty summer afternoon, his mom smiling, her hands rough from cleaning jobs, telling him one day he'd play for the Yankees. That was before the cancer, before the hospital bills drowned everything. His vision blurred. He lowered the gun an inch. How do you even remember that? Mr. Patel smiled faintly. Because I remember the faces of good people. And you, Daniel, you're not what you're pretending to be right now. The boy by the door whispered, please don't shoot. His voice cracked like glass. Daniel's chest tightened. He saw himself in that boy's terrified eyes, helpless, desperate, trapped. The life he was about to destroy wasn't just his own. He dropped the gun. It clattered against the linoleum floor. His knees buckled, and he collapsed against the counter, sobbing. I can't do this anymore. I'm done. I'm just done. For a long moment, the only sound was Daniel's ragged breathing. Then Mr. Patel walked around the counter, slow and deliberate, and placed a gentle hand on his shoulder. Everyone thinks the end is when you've lost everything, the old man said. But sometimes, the end is where the real beginning hides. An hour later, Daniel sat in the back room of the liquor store, his gun locked away in a cabinet. The teenage boy had already left, still shaking but safe. Mr. Patel poured Daniel a cup of tea in a chipped porcelain mug. "You called the cops?" Daniel asked hoarsely. Mr. Patel shook his head. "If I had, they'd already be here." "Why not?" "Because I see a man who made a mistake, not a criminal. And because someone once gave me mercy when I didn't deserve it." Daniel stared at him, stunned. Mr. Patel leaned back, his voice calm but weighted with memory. 30 years ago, I nearly stole a car to survive my first winter in Chicago. A stranger caught me, but instead of calling the police, he gave me a job. That decision changed my life. Tonight, Daniel, I return the favor." Silence hung heavy. Then Mr. Patel slid a worn business card across the table. "My brother runs a repair shop. He needs someone with strong hands and a willing heart. Show up tomorrow at 8 a.m. Tell him I sent you." Daniel stared at the card as if it were a lifeline tossed into an ocean. He wanted to argue, to insist he wasn't worth saving, but the words died in his throat. Tears burned his eyes again. Why are you doing this for me?" Mr. Patel's answer was simple. "Because one day, you'll be the one saving someone else. Wait till the end of your story, Daniel, you won't believe it." 3 years later. The repair shop was bustling with customers. Daniel, sleeves rolled up, grease smudged across his arms, laughed as he worked under the hood of a beat-up Chevy. A framed photo of 2 smiling kids sat on his toolbox, his children, who now spent weekends with him again. Outside the shop, a young man hovered nervously near the door. He couldn't have been more than 19, thin, pale, eyes filled with the same desperation Daniel had once carried. Daniel recognized that look instantly. He wiped his hands, walked over, and said gently, "Hey, you okay? You look like you could use a hand." The boy hesitated, then whispered, I was thinking about stealing something. I don't know what else to do." Daniel's heart pounded, the words, the fear. It was like staring into a mirror of his past. Slowly, he reached into his pocket and pulled out a card. The same card Mr. Patel had once given him. He had kept it all this time. "Here," Daniel said, pressing it into the boy's hand. "There's a place down the street. They'll give you work if you're willing to try. Trust me, your story doesn't have to end like this." The boy looked at him, confused. "Why are you helping me?" Daniel smiled, tears stinging his eyes. "Because someone once helped me when I didn't deserve it. And he told me something I'll never forget." He paused, looking toward the horizon, remembering that night in the liquor store. "Wait till the end. You won't believe it."